Hi guys! Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat at nandito tayo ulit para mag-discuss ng panibagong topic tungkol sa developing SQL databases at ang topic ko po ngayon ay ang creating column store indexes. So let's start. So this module provides us with the instructions and devices to develop our hands-on skills on the following topics. So for today we have 3 topics na i-cover. Yung number 1 is yung working with clustered column store indexes. Yung number 2, yung managing non-clustered indexes on clustered column store indexes. And yung last natin is yung working with non-clustered column store index. So let's start. So with the exercise 1, working with clustered column store indexes. So a column store index is one of the features in SQL Server 2016 that enables you to manage, store, and extract data from database. So this feature uses a columnar data format called the column store. So the column store is logical table with rows and columns physically stored in a column-wise format. So the row store is a logical table with rows and columns physically stored in a row-wise format. So we can perform data compression at a very high level using the column store indexes. So you can create clustered and non-clustered column store indexes in database. So ito yung syntax po na mayroon doon sa clustered indexes natin. So let's proceed with task 1. Yung task 1 natin, we will create a clustered column store index for a dimension table. So ano yung dimension table? The dimension tables are usually created in data warehousing environments. So you can easily and quickly analyze the database data with the help of dimension table. So in this task, we will first create a dimension table based on a fact table. So we will import the records from fact internet sales table natin where the ordered date field values are between 10 to 11 hanggang 2013. So the imported records will get inserted into a newly created dimension table. So let's start with step 1. Step 1, you ensure you have powered on the required yan. Ayan, so okay na po, nagkaroon lang po tayo ng onting technical error. So let's proceed. Step 1, ensure you have powered on the required devices and connect to Plab SQL 01. So from the Plab SQL 01 desktop, click start and click Microsoft SQL Server. So no need to click start kasi nandito na po siya mismo sa ating ito. Alright. So the connect to server dialog box appears. So may lalabas po dyan mamaya. So continue tayo. So doon sa server type natin, doon sa drop down list, and click down natin yung database engine natin. So as you can see, yan. Alright, so and then in the server name text box natin dapat naka-Plab SQL 01 yan, and then click natin tong connect. Wait, so adjust ko lang. Yan. So step 3 tayo, the SQL Server Management Studio open. So in the Object Explorer, click to expand the databases folder, and click natin tong AdventureWorks DW 2016 CTP3, and let's create a query. Yan. So the new query panes open as per step 5. In step 6 tayo, magka-create naman tayo ngayon ng dimension table. So this query creates a dimension table named dim sales and underscore 2011 with the respective fields. So step 7 tayo, execute natin to para makagawa tayo ng dimension table natin. And command completed successfully. Meaning it's successful creation of our dimension table. And step 8 tayo, create ng bago nating query. Ngayon, mag-i-import tayo ng data doon sa dimension table po na ginawa natin. Alright, mali. Ay, tama pala. Ay, mali. Hindi pala ito. Alright. So this query imports data from fact internal sales table natin into dim sales underscore 2011 table. So the records where the order date field values are between 2011 and 2013 are only imported sa ating dimension table. So step 9 run natin. And yan, 1093 rows affected. So meaning the successful import of data in dimension table has occurred. So step 10 tayo, create ng panibago nating query. And ngayon magka-create tayo ng clustered index natin sa ating dimension table. Alright, so this query creates a clustered index on the dimension table using the order date field key. And step 11 tayo, execute natin. Alright, so command completed successfully, and proceed tayo with the step 12, create na panibagong query. So dito sa step 12, magko-convert tayo ng clustered index natin into a clustered column stored indexes. Okay, so this query convert that already created clustered index to a clustered column store indexes with the same name. Now, the clustered column store index is created on the dimension table dim sales underscore 2011. The width drop existing is equals to on close deletes the existing clustered column store indexes, so if any, and creates the new one. So step 13 tayo, execute natin. So command completed successfully, meaning the successful creation of clustered column store index has happened. Okay, so step 14 tayo. So to view the clustered column store index in the object explorer, scroll down. In the object explorer, scroll down until you locate the indexes in dbo.dim sales underscore 2011 natin. So never scroll down. Alright. Ayan, so i-expand pala natin to AdventureWorks CW2016 CDP3 natin in yung table folder, and then external, then lalabas na siya dito. So hanapin natin daw yung dim sales underscore 2011 to. So yan, so click to expand indexes, then ito expand natin to indexes. And notice the newly created clustered column store indexes IDX CCI simple clustered under indexes. Okay, tama pa tayong ginagawa. So exercise tayo. So exercise to managing non-clustered indexes on a clustered column store index. So you can create a non-clustered indexes in database to search the data efficiently and quickly. So non-clustered indexes improve the performance of frequently used queries. So you can create multiple non-clustered indexes on tables or views in the database. So in this exercise, we will manage non-clustered indexes on a clustered column store indexes. So with the task 1, we will create a non-clustered index on a clustered column store index. So in this task, step 11 tayo, step 1. So step 1 natin to create a new query. Create tayo yung panibagong query. Ngayon, magka-create naman po tayo ng non-clustered indexes natin sa ating columns, sa ating dimension table. So this query creates a clustered index using sales amount field for dimension table dim sales underscore 2011. Yan, step 2, run natin. Yan, so command completed successfully, meaning the successful creation of non-clustered indexes sa ating dimension table ay nangyari. So step 3 tayo, create ng panibago nating query. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin ay mag-create naman tayo ng non-clustered indexes natin sa ating clustered column store index. Alright, so this query created a non-clustered index on the clustered column store indexes, and then execute natin. So command completed successfully. And in the Object Explorer, notice the newly created indexes under dim sales underscore 11 indexes. Okay, where we can see this. Need natin refresh. Alright, so need natin pala siya muna i-refresh bago natin makita. Hindi siya automatically po nagpa-pop up. So sabi dito, the query is successfully executed. The successful creation of non-clustered index on a clustered Columnstore index. So the newly created indexes are displayed in the Object Explorer under Indexes folder natin. So step 4 tayo, create na panibagong query. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin ngayon ay magdi-delete tayo sa ating dimension table and all its associated indexes. So, run natin. So command completed successfully, meaning the successful deletion of the dimension table. So ating last step, yung exercise 3, working with non-clustered Columnstore indexes naman tayo. So the feature of real-time operational analytics is introduced in SQL Server 2016. So this feature allows you to run online analytical processing or OLAP and online transaction and processing or OLTP, so on the same database tables at the same time. So you need not have two separate systems to handle OLAP and OLTP, regardless if you use real-time operational analytics. So you must create non-clustered Columnstore indexes to use real-time operational analytics. Okay, so task 1 tayo, we will create a non-clustered Columnstore indexes. Step 1, create ang panibagong query. Ngayon, we will create another dimension table. So this query creates a dimension table named dimsales underscore 2011 with the respective fields. Step 2, run natin. So command completed successfully and create na panibagong query ulit. Ngayon, mag-i-import tayo ng data doon sa ating napakabagong gawang dimension table. So this query imports data from the fact internal sales table into dimsales underscore 2011 table. So the records where the ordered date field values are between years 2011 2013 are only imported into dimension table. So step 4, execute natin. Paano nangyari? What happened? Ayan, so let's start po ulit dahil nagkaroon ako ng isang technical error. So inulit ko po siya ulit. So nag-stop po tayo kanina sa step 3. Ngayon, so nakopy na po natin ito. So this query imports data from the fact internal sales table natin into dimsales 2011 table. So the records where the order date field values are between years 2011 and 2013 are only imported into our dimension table. So execute natin. Yan. So 1093 rows affected. And step 5 tayo. Click tayo na panibago nating query. And okay. Yan. So this query selects all the records from dimension table. So to determine the actual execution plan of the query, click the query menu. From the menu, click include actual execution plan. So let's run muna natin to. Ayan. So from the menu daw, click the query menu. Ito. And include actual execution plan or control M. Then, execute ulit natin. Yan. So, in the result pane, click the execution plan tab. So, note the query executed with a table scan which is not recommended for query as it involves high cost. Yan. So, ito po. So, step 11 tayo. Create ng new query natin. Ngayon, we will be creating a non-clustered index column store index natin sa ating dimension table. Okay. So, this query creates a non-clustered column store index natin on the dimension table. So, 3 fields are used in the index definition. So, execute natin. Yan. So, command completed successfully, meaning the successful creation of non-clustered column store indexes natin sa ating dimension table. And step 8. Oops, cool. Alright, so this query creates a non-clustered index on the dimension table natin. So, 2 fields are used in index definition. Then, execute natin. And, command completed successfully. And, step 9 tayo. Create ng new query natin. And, type natin ito. Alright, so this query selects records from the dimension table based on the where condition natin. So, to determine the actual execution plan of the query, click the query menu and click natin actual execution plan. But, i-run muna natin to. And, Control M. Then, execute. And, so, ito yung execution plan. So, note, the query executed with non-clustered scan, which recommend as it proves query performance. And, so, sabi dito, from the menu, include actual selected. Next, selected the discipline. So, the query is executed. Okay. And that's it po. Na-cover na natin yung 3 topics na meron tayo sa ating creating column store indexes. Thank you.